Hi, everyone, and welcome. Today, I am joining Altenew in a video hop celebrating their July 2025 release. I'm going to have a link to the next person in the hop listed down below in the video description. So be sure to check that out and leave us comments. That is how you get entered into the giveaway for these fantastic prizes. So, this is a kind of a Christmas in July release. There's a lot of Christmas themed products. A lot of people want to get started earlier and earlier on their Christmas cards. Even with the products being released early, I know I'm not going to do it until last minute, but I hope this video inspires you to get cracking on your Christmas cards early. And with this project that I'm making today, using a layering stencil, it is going to make your cards come together so quick and easy. Now, I do have quite a few of the new products that are being released right now. I'm going to be sharing projects with those products later on throughout the month on my YouTube channel and the Altenew YouTube channel, but there are a few of them that I really wanted to draw your attention to. So, first we have the Timeless Sled. This is a layering die set with that keyhole system. It creates the cutest Santa sled, and then it's got those flowers there that you can decorate. Next, we have a zero waste ornament window pattern. So, what this does, it's also a die set. It's a zero waste type of concept. So, you die cut out that circle. You can see there's a lot of leftover space. So, you can use these on your card fronts. But all of those die cut pieces, you can create this beautiful swag. Now, I did bring in the flowers from that sleigh set because I just loved those flower sets. But that allows you to use everything in that set. Now, what I will be using today is this Lush Berry stencil set. Sorry, Lush Berry branch. And this includes a stencil and an embossing folder. You can see that gorgeous texture the embossing folder does. And then this is the stencil design. So we will be creating with that today. Then there is the Abstract Village stencil set. This creates a very unique scene. Here are just some quick colors I played around with to see what it looked like stenciled out. And then what started my whole ball of wax of playing with the release was this Sweet Treats layering die set. It creates all these really fun cookies and wafers. I love these and I can't wait to use them on a project. Another set that I have is the Build a Garden Captivating Swag. This is absolutely gorgeous. The Build and Garden sets are some of my favorites. I will be having a video and card project over on the Altenew blog and YouTube channel a little later this month, but I definitely wanted to show it to you because it's got to be one of my new favorites. So not only do we have that large, gorgeous floral set, you have it in a stamp, you have a coordinating stencil, and there are coordinating dies. And there's lots of ideas in that inspiration guide to get you started. Now, one other thing I don't want you to miss out on is the new glitter cardstock packs. We have Smoky Quartz, Moonstone, Citrine, and Sapphire. I'll show you these a little up close. The glitter cardstocks from Altenew are absolute perfection. They are beautiful colors. The glitter does not rub off and it has the most amazing sparkle to it. So here's the citrine. It kind of has that yellowish to it. And then sapphire, wow, it's such a beautiful dark blue. I had to pull it out in case the packaging was distorting it a little bit just to show you the intense sparkle that those cardstocks have. All right, so let's go ahead and start making a card. I'm starting with a piece of white cardstock cut to 6 by 6, and I'm placing that down on top of my sticky mat. Now, because the stencil is also 6 by 6, I'm not going to be able to get the stencil to stick to my sticky mat, so I like to use satin masking tape to just kind of hold that down. Now, the first layer of the stencil is going to be your leaves, and there's only one layer to the leaves, so I like to step it up with a variety of greens. The first one I'm starting with is the matcha tea, and I'm using a large blending brush to lay down just a light base of color. Next, I'm going to come in with a swamp green. This one is using a little bit smaller of a blending brush, and I'm just kind of sporadically adding this. So some of the leaves are a little darker and some are still light. Then I'll come in with an even smaller, I think there's a micro blending brushes, and the oak moss. Oak moss can be pretty intense. So you want to make sure you're tapping off quite a bit. And I'm only adding this to like the corners or the edges of some of the leaves. That is really going to help step up the interest and contrast for the leaves. Then we have the second layer, which is going to be your berries. Again, I line that up over my already blended area. It lines up pretty easy because there's like little circular areas that you can match up your stencil with to the open areas on your cardstock. And for that one, I started with pink pearl as kind of my base color, which turns out to be a really pretty color to have for your berries. But again, stepping it up, I'm going to come in with heartbeat and a micro blending brush, just kind of adding that to one side of the berries. But I wanted to step it up just a smidgen more because that's what I like to do. So I'm coming in with the last color in this palette, and I'm adding that just some of the berries. I didn't want to overdo it, but I definitely wanted to add a little bit more contrast to those berries. Then we have the branches. So this actually has two layers of the branches to it. There are etchings on the stencil of the leaves that it layers over the top of. And that's going to help you get your perfect alignment for your branch. Now, this one, I'm not stepping it up at all. I'm just doing the mocha ink color for this. And then I will shift my stencil. And I really referred to the packaging when it came to where this other layer kind of goes over. It's kind of sneaky, but there are etchings to help line up the leaves and the berries so you can get that in the right place. And then I'm going to hold that down again with my satin masking tape. And I'm going to come in with espresso and make that just a little bit darker. Now, of course, to make this really simplified, you could just do one color for each layer of the stencil. That'll speed up your process a little bit. There is a beautiful new sentiment set in the release called Wrapped with Love. And I love these skinny fonts. I love the cursive ones. And I also really liked those circle ones. There's a stamp set, a coordinating die, and a better press plate. So I thought I would do some foiling. Again, I have some white cardstock cut out. I'm trimming out some champagne foil from Altenew. I'm going to place that down so it is the pretty side of the foil facing up. And then I'm going to place some sentiments over the top. Now, I only end up using one of the sentiments, but I kind of wanted to see what the circle one looked like foiled. I knew I wasn't going to use it today, but I just wanted to see what it looked like. So I placed my better press plates so they were facing down. So the sentiment is facing down on my foil. I'm going to hold everything down with that satin masking tape and trim off my excess foil. Then I will flip this over so my plates are touching my Glimmer hot foil system. I can hit the timer button and place my shim and top plate on the top. So when the timer turns solid green, I can disengage that and run that through my Platinum 6 die cut machine. Now, everything except that circle foiled perfectly. I didn't take time to mess with it, but I would say it probably just needed to be heated up a little longer. Those solid ones can be kind of finicky. And like I said, I know that's going to foil gorgeous. I just probably needed to leave it on there a little longer. So I had trimmed everything out with its coordinating die. I set that off on the side, and then I'm trimming down my panel just using a rectangle die that I have in my stash to really crop that to what I wanted to be in the view of my card. I'm adding that to a side folding card base using a tape runner. And then I can start putting my sentiment on here. Now, the sentiment I did stack up with a couple extra pieces of cardstock, and I also added some foam tape behind it to pop it up. And I tucked it right into that open area that's right by my branches. And I could not resist adding a little bit of sparkle to this because I need sparkle on Christmas cards. And that was just using some unicorn or stardust stickles to just some of the berries. And again, there is so much more to this release than what I showed you. I'm excited to share some more projects featuring this release, so be sure to stay tuned for that. And again, this is a part of a video hop, so leave a comment down below to be entered into the giveaway. And if you enjoyed today's video, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more crafty inspiration.